Hello friends, myself R.D. Mahajan, Assistant Professor, MIT Aurangabad, presenting my next video on the topic Fourier integral representation. Example first, using Fourier integral representation, show that integration from 0 to infinity of lambda cube sine lambda x divided by lambda raised to 4 plus 4 into d lambda is equals to pi by 2 into e raised to minus x into cos x for the condition x greater than or equals to 0. And as the condition is x greater than or equals to 0 means x lies between 0 to infinity, we require to find either Fourier sine transform or Fourier cosine transform, and to decide it we have to see the term inside the integral. Here, as integral is having a term of sine lambda x, therefore we require to obtain Fourier sine transform. Let us consider f of x as pi by 2 into e raised to minus x cos x for the condition x greater than or equals to 0, and therefore that Fourier sine transform fs lambda is given by root 2 by pi integration from 0 to infinity, or integral from 0 to infinity f of u sine lambda u du, and therefore it is equals to root 2 by pi as it is integration from 0 to infinity f of u, replacing x by u in this function, we get that term as pi by 2 e raised to minus u cos u into sine lambda u du. Taking that constant term outside, we get pi by 2 into root 2 by pi integration from 0 to infinity e raised to minus u multiplied by sine lambda u into cos u du. It is containing three terms of u, and that's why that integration is not possible. Therefore, we try to convert this product into sum. For that, we multiply it by 2 and divide by 2, so that no change in the value, only form I am changing. Therefore, it is this 2 we can take outside. Therefore, it becomes pi by 4 into root of 2 by pi integration from 0 to infinity e raised to minus u. Then applying the formula 2 sin a cos b. Two sin a cos b. Standard result is sin of a plus b plus sin of a minus b, standard trigonometric result. And therefore, if we consider this as a and this as b, therefore 2 sin a cos b as sin of a plus b, a is here lambda u plus u, and plus sin of a minus b lambda u minus u, and then its integration with respect to u, and therefore it is equals to pi by 4 into root 2 by pi as it is, integration from 0 to infinity. We split this in two parts. First term is e raised to minus u sine of, from this term, two terms I can take u as common, therefore remaining is lambda plus 1 into u du, plus second integral as e raised to minus u sine of lambda minus 1 times u, and therefore it is equals to pi by 4 root of 2 by pi. First integral we call as I1, second one as I2. And we call this as equation 1, where I1 is integration from 0 to infinity of e raised to minus u sine of 1 plus lambda times u, its integration with respect to u, and I2 as integration from 0 to infinity e raised to minus u sine of lambda minus 1 into u du. Therefore, we try to find out the value of I1 and value of I2 by applying that standard result. Therefore, we calculate I1 as integration from 0 to infinity of e raised to minus u sine of lambda plus 1 into du. We apply that standard result. Yes. Integration of e raised to ax sine of bx dx is equals to e raised to ax divided by a square plus b square a sin bx minus b cos of bx. Okay. Therefore, we have to apply this standard result. And therefore, comparing it, we get the value of x as u here, a coefficient of u in this term, it is minus 1, and b as coefficient of here it is sine of lambda plus 1 into u. Okay, and therefore the value of b is the coefficient of u as lambda plus 1, and therefore it is equals to first term is e raised to x, here it is e raised to minus u divided by a square minus 1 square is 1, b square lambda plus 1 whole square multiplied by a sin bx, it is a is minus 1 into sin of bx, sin of lambda plus 1 times u, minus b, b is lambda plus 1 into cos of bx, means lambda plus 1 times u, bracket close, and limits from 0 to infinity. Substituting the upper limit for u as infinity, we get e raised to minus infinity. Standard result, its value is 0. For lower limit, it becomes e raised to 0 as 1. And therefore, we have e raised to minus infinity as 0. 0 into anything, we get 0. Minus e raised to 0, 1 divided by 1 plus lambda plus 1 whole square into sin 0 0 cos 0 1, therefore minus lambda plus 1, and therefore we get the value of I1 as minus minus, it becomes plus lambda plus 1 divided by 1 plus lambda plus 1 whole square. We call this as equation number 2. This is the value of I1, first integral. Similarly, we try to find out I2, and therefore we find out I2 as, again it is integration from 0 to infinity of e raised to minus u into sine of lambda minus 1 times u, and its integration with respect to u. Again we apply the same standard result. Comparing, we get value of x as u, a as coefficient of u in this term minus 1, coefficient of u in this sine term, it is lambda minus 1. Therefore, these are the values of a and b. Using that values, we get first term is e raised to ax, means e raised to minus u, a square minus 1 square 1, b square lambda minus 1 bracket square multiplied by a sin bx, a is minus 1, sin of lambda minus 1 times u, minus b, b is lambda minus 1 into cos of bx, cos of lambda minus 1 times u, bracket close, outer bracket close, and limits from 0 to infinity. And therefore, once again, for upper limit it becomes e raised to minus infinity, value 0. For lower limit it becomes e raised to 0, 1, and therefore we have e raised to minus infinity as 0. This complete term becomes 0, minus e raised to 0, 1 divided by 1 plus lambda minus 1 bracket square, sin 0 0 cos 0 1, therefore minus lambda minus 1, and therefore we get the value of I2 as minus minus, it will become plus lambda minus 1 divided by 1 plus lambda minus 1 bracket square, equation number 3. Okay. And therefore we put the values of I1 and I2 in equation 1. We get this is the value of I1, this is the value of I2. Therefore I'm substituting that values in equation 1. We get equation 1 as Fourier sine transform fs lambda is equals to pi by 4 root of 2 by pi into value of I1, it is lambda plus 1 divided by 1 plus lambda plus 1 bracket square, plus I2, the value of I2 is lambda minus 1 divided by 1 plus lambda minus 1 bracket square, and then simplifying it, it is equals to pi by 4 into root 2 by pi as it is. It is lambda plus 1 divided by if we take LCM as here it is 1 plus expansion of this is lambda square plus 2 lambda plus 1 and plus lambda minus 1 divided by, again expanding it, 1 plus lambda square minus 2 lambda plus 1. Cross multiplying, and we get therefore pi by 4 root of 2 by pi, it is lambda plus 1 multiplied by lambda square minus 2 lambda, 1 plus 1 we get 2, plus lambda minus 1 multiplied by lambda square plus 2 lambda, and again 1 plus 1 we get 2. And then that product as lambda square plus 2 lambda plus 2 multiplied by lambda square minus 2 lambda plus 2. Okay, and therefore we have pi by 4 into root of 2 by pi. Multiplying term by term, we get lambda into lambda square as lambda cube minus 2 lambda square plus 2 lambda plus 1 into this term, we get lambda square minus 2 lambda plus 2 . Product of this, again term by term, we get lambda cube plus 2 lambda square plus 2 lambda minus lambda square plus 2 lambda plus 2. And then a product of this, again term by term, it is simple product, but calculation is somewhat lengthy. Therefore lambda square into lambda square, we get lambda raised to 4 minus 2 lambda cube and plus 2 lambda square. Then multiplying by 2 lambda to this, we get 2 lambda cube minus 4 lambda square and plus 4 lambda. Then multiplying by 2 to this, we get 2 lambda square minus 4 lambda and plus 4. And then simplifying the terms, we get pi by 4 into root of 2 by pi. Lambda cube plus lambda cube, we get 2 times lambda cube. Minus 2 lambda square plus 2 lambda square get cancelled. Okay. This 2 lambda plus 2 lambda, we get 4 lambda. This lambda square minus lambda square get cancelled. Minus 2 lambda minus 2 lambda, we get minus 4 lambda. Plus 2, we get 4 divided by is lambda raised to 4 minus 2 lambda cube plus 2 lambda cube get cancelled. 2 plus 2, 4 lambda square minus 4 lambda square get cancelled. 4 lambda cancel with minus 4 lambda plus 4. And therefore, we get pi by 4 root of 2 by pi. This 4 lambda get cancelled. From these two terms I can take this is plus 2 and this one is minus 2, that get cancelled. Okay, this plus 2 and minus 2 get cancelled. Therefore, we have only 2 lambda cube divided by lambda raised to 4 plus 4. And therefore, if we divide by 2, here we have pi by 2 into root 2 by pi multiplied by lambda cube divided by lambda raised to 4 plus 4, and that is equals to this one I can write down as root pi by 2 into root pi by 2. One root cancel with this root, and therefore the remaining is root of pi by 2 into lambda cube divided by lambda raised to 4 plus 4. We call as next equation, fourth one. This is the Fourier sine transform. Here I have completed half part of first part. Then using this value in inverse Fourier sine transform result to get that required integral. Using equation fourth in inverse Fourier sine transform, formula, and therefore we have f of x is equals to root 2 by pi integration from 0 to infinity fs lambda Fourier sine transform into sine of lambda x d lambda, and therefore it is equals to root 2 by pi integration from 0 to infinity the value of fs lambda as root of pi by 2 into lambda cube divided by lambda raised to 4 plus 4 into sine lambda x d lambda, and therefore this root 2 by pi cancel with this root pi by 2. We have integration from 0 to infinity lambda cube sine lambda x divided by lambda raised to 4 plus 4 and its integration with respect to lambda, and that is equals to fx. Interchanging the side, transferring this to left and this to right, we get therefore integration from 0 to infinity of lambda cube sine lambda x divided by lambda raised to 4 plus 4, its integration with respect to lambda, is equals to f of x, and substituting the value of that f of x, given f of x is pi by 2 e raised to minus x into cos of x for the condition x greater than or equals to 0, and this is the required answer or required Fourier integral representation. Therefore, like other problems, the same two parts we have to perform. In first part, Fourier sine transform, and in second part, using inverse Fourier sine transform result, we find that required Fourier integral representation of the given function. Therefore, if you are watching my videos, please like and share it, as well as subscribe to my channel for latest updates. Thank you very much.